Hello, welcome back to another pen talk. Thanks for tuning in. In your interest of variety in the channel, I've decided to go back into my past again and show another pen that I'm pretty certain I bought around the same time. It could have been in the same artsy-fartsy town. So I saw this one, and like the Jean-Pierre Lupini pens, I'm trying to pronounce that correctly, this one is a looker. And it's small. But it is nice. Again, an acrylic, which is quite nice. That blue is very intense. It's a little bit of purple I see without the camera viewfinder, but who knows what it'll look like when we finally get it on the screen. Very stylized clip. We have some branding here across the cap band. And there is some translucency. You can see that nib in there. This has the least amount of turns to uncap a pen that I know of. Less than half a turn. You can see there's just a small amount of threads there, and we reveal a small section, which was to be expected, a relatively small nib. What's nice is the nib is branded, and again we see that interesting iridium label show up. But it is a well-designed nib. We have the classic plastic feed behind it. A decent amount of tipping material. I'd say that's definitely a medium. Does it post? Yep, it posts nice. Certainly is a pen I would post. It is on the light side. This is a slippery section, and it's tiny. Your fingers are pretty well locked into that one position, so hopefully it works for you if this is a pen you would own. The section unscrews. It's not something you could eyedrop with this metal insert here because it comes through to the barrel. Inside was a cartridge, standard international. So we're going to stick it in there. I'm going to see how the pen performs, and we'll be back with a writing sample. After doing some research, which I probably should have done earlier in my review of this pen. So Laban is a Taiwanese pen manufacturer that was formed in 1981 by two brothers, and they do make a lot of high-end pens. But this pen, called the Expression, is available from Goldspot Pens. They also sell it on eBay. And you might do some searching to find it in other places. It's reasonably priced, I think, for the quality of the pen. Great resin. But in order for you to enjoy this pen, you're going to have to enjoy a small pen. I've been on a little bit of a roll with pocket pens. So here's a Laban. Here's the Jean-Pierre Lupini. Here's your Delight Alpha in a nice acrylic. And here's the Moonman Wakai. So there's a lot of similarity between these two small pens that I bought in early 2000. They're both very colorful. They both have a fairly stylish clip on them. Metal at the both ends, finials at both ends, nice metal band in the middle. The Lupini pen Indigo is definitely a better design. It's better made. It has a more durable feel to it. The Laban is kind of a little bit of a much lighter pen, but it is definitely a unique acrylic. To me, one of the characteristics that define a pocket pen, obviously small size, obviously designed in a way that will survive being jostled around in someone's pocket, and generally posts well. So I put together these four pens that we looked at in their capped position, in their posted position. And Laban is definitely small. It's about the same length as the Wankai, but obviously this is a more girthier pen, a little bit more ergonomic. You know, you got your eyedropper fill with a huge quantity of ink in there, so even though the pens are the same length, their writing style and writing feel and ergonomics are completely different. The Lupini pen is much longer, and the Like Alpha here takes the cake. It was the longest pen capped, and it's the longest pen posted. These all have pretty small nibs. Like I said, the Wankai has the nicest section. This is a standard section, at least as far as the diameter goes. The Like Alpha is a nice, good second. The Lupini Indigo is a third, and then the Laban is definitely the thinnest and smallest of the sections of this group. And we have to now see how the nib works on paper. This is my last page of my review book that has this little ink stain on it. The most impressive thing I think about the pen is the quality in the manufacturing, and that really just a few quarter of a turn or half a turn to get the cap off. And it does post, but it's not the most secure posting pen, which is a shame considering that you really need to post it to write with it. And then I think this is on the edge of what most people would consider comfortable, but if you want a pocket pen for taking notes, if you want a pen that has a fair amount of visual appeal to it, then this pen certainly would fit that bill. Well, I'm impressed with the nib. You know, I talked before that when nib first touches paper with a pen that I've never written with before, I immediately form opinions, and this one just impressed me significantly. Extremely smooth, great flow, consistency. I've written with this for a while, and as long as I can with that small section, but it continues to write well. I use that international cartridge to fill it in, so it's some kind of generic blue ink. The cartridge just barely fits in here. And I'm not a cartridge person, so I had to really smash it in there to get it to stay. And so, you know, that part of the pen, they've certainly gone to the limits as to what they can make this pen size and still fit that small cartridge in it. So now we come to that important rating. I'm going to give it a solid 7. Again, I try to rate pens based on what they were designed to do and not necessarily rate them on whether I like them or not. You know, this pen I would definitely say is not going to go into any daily rotation of mine. It'd be interesting if I could remember where I bought it, when I bought it, and how much I paid for it, but that's in a distant past and not something that I have any recollection for now. I'm amazed to see this pen still available for sale. So for those of you that think this might be their cup of tea, then give it a shot. It certainly is well made, and it does have a little less of that kind of cheesy chrome look that I'm not a fan of, but it is a little bit small, slippery section, so that you're going to have to keep in mind with. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review of a pen that, again, I didn't know existed until I refound it in my pen drawer. So it's another example of that phenomenal world out there that we have at our disposal for experiencing the joy of pen and paper, variety of nibs, inks, and papers that we can use. So we've reached the end for now of this video. Bye until we get together again very soon.